Here it is. This is it. The first piece of silver I added to the stack. I really don't talk about this stuff. But I'm getting over a cold. I got some time. So let's talk about it. Really, this ain't that much. Compared to what some people got, this ain't much at all. You know. But, it's a start. I've been doing this for a little under a year. You like these? These are the Goldback. If you haven't seen these before, they're the same like width, this way as a dollar. Um, they are serialized, fungible, fractional gold. That was the first gold I added. I got this little bar later. Um, what got me into this in general was I was a cashier, and I liked, the cool coins I'd get from different countries, and then start getting into the numismatics of different old coins. Like my mom had one of these. She didn't know what it was worth, but she was like, "You can have it." Whenever she found out I was getting into it, or let's see, this is the one my mom gave me. I can tell because it's all scuffed, but even in this condition, that's worth like $4 or $5 with today's prices. It's crazy. But yeah, you know, just one thing at a time. Really, what caught my eye was this bar in particular was being advertised because I was like, yeah, that's a cool collectible. Because I got a lot of collectibles, and I'll be showing them off. Like I got some cool tarot sets. I got like some cool runes and all kinds of stuff on this, little journey I've been going through. Just saving up what I think is cool and what I want to pass on. I'm not that old. You know, I was just putting my head to it, thinking, well, what's something that I want to amass, That's one reason people do it. I'm not starting this channel to talk a bunch of crap about, the economy, the banks. I don't care too much about that. To the average person, what does the macroeconomics affect us? I love economics, but this is just, me showing some stuff that y'all might like, sharing what I think you might appreciate. Check out the toning between this new piece of silver versus this 60-year-old piece of silver. Not a huge difference, but I bet you can see if I set it on top of it. I got kind of a warm light on it right now. You can kind of see. Now in that light you can, yeah. Really, this channel's whole purpose is just, talking about the stuff I like. This is probably the most toned coin I got over here. That one's 138 years old. Versus this piece that's brand new. That's crazy. But really, it didn't get like this overnight. It's taken the better part of a year and almost all of my disposable income. And this ain't even all of it. Like, I got a crap load of these, but they're online. They're vaulted so that they're safe and not like physically losable. If you're interested in that, join the United Precious Metals Association and you can get free vaulting. Fuck paying fees. Frankly, you can have an unlimited amount of these, and the company that makes them subsidies it so you don't have to pay fees. So that's what I do with, like big money I want to invest in gold. Silver is more for like, the cha-ching. I wouldn't pay vaulting fees for silver. That's kind of silly. It's just too bulky. It takes so much of this to amount to a little piece of this, It's just cost effective. Really, like, this is a gram bar. This is like good enough if I really need a car part, I guess. But And there are way more expensive things than that, you know. I remember a time where a $200 pair of sneakers would only get me like $20 resale. If you try to go to a pawn shop, you might as well just post that thing on Facebook, dude. If you're really trying to flip something, like there are people who flip, these professionally. They'll get those limited mintage, special bars and coins, and even within a couple of years, the price of like spot, like the metal at, you know, its unrefined form is really not even like close to how much those limited mintage ones can go up in value just for the collectability. So that's one reason why a lot of people get into it. Um, to put into perspective, the price of silver was like 23 an ounce when I bought this. Um, but these were going for $45 flat from the original mint that makes them. I got it for 35, but the place I got it from doesn't have them anymore. And here's another limited piece I got. I got 10 of these little bars. I love fractional stuff. It's just so conveniently, that's the barter bag. That's what they call it. Um, it's made from heavy metal construction. That's why they got the HMC on it. There's another company that makes them. Silvertown has these too. But this HMC set in 925 sterling. This one was limited. They were 35 a pop for 1 ounce. And then by the time I had gone back on the dealer's site to buy another ounce bag of them, they were sold out. And that was like a year ago, almost a year ago. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, what else can I say? The reason why I got into it was because I want some stability. I know I'm not that great at saving money. Let's be real. Who is? But you know, this gives me something that one of my hobbies can make me some money in the future. That's what I did with, some of my other hobbies in life, and I think this is a good one, but this is a really long-term one. Like, I mean, this thing hasn't gone up in price that much since when I bought it a whole year ago, and it's not like it's guaranteed to keep going straight up. If you were into gold, yeah, you could totally consistently make money with gold in today's economy. But who's to say something happens next year and the economy goes way differently? I mean, in general, this stuff's price doesn't go down, and if it does, it's not like by a lot, you know. But there was a time when gold took a hit. When the economy does well, the metals don't, or I mean, they do less well. There is a finite supply of this stuff on the planet. And if you wonder how gold is made, it's not like we can just synthetically do anything. It's made from a dying star. It's the densest element, you know, not really a renewable resource. If you ever look up the total amount of soil or raw, you know, just rock they got to get through to get to an ounce of any of this, I think it's like they got to dig up 1,500 pounds of dirt and stone to get to an ounce of silver. And then it's something like 6 or 7 times that to get to an ounce of gold. That's crazy. But yeah, more videos to come. I'll go into some of this stuff in detail. This is pretty much it. I mean, it's not like a laughing matter. That would definitely help out if I had to sell all this at once. Plus, I don't plan on doing that. I've actually made it this whole time without having to sell a single piece. And the goal with that is don't just dump all your money into this stuff, yo. You're going to want to eventually, like, have cash on hand for when stuff happens. So, with that being said, don't overspend yourself, guys. If you're getting into this stuff, do research the prices and make sure you're not paying too much for stuff. You're probably not going to get metal at spot price most of the time, unless there's like a great deal going on at like a huge dealer. But Really, if you want to get into it, just Google bullion dealers and coin shops in your area and go from there. Don't there's really two sides of these people who do this. Like, you either do this for the art and the numismatic, which is the collectability value, or just for like the hard, straight metal and the monetary value of it. To illustrate that, these are, let's see, I'll just grab like, one of these and one of these. That's about an ounce of silver. The reason why this is not as much as this, even though it's the same amount of metal, is because, this is like 100 years plus old, and this is like 60 plus years old, and they don't make these anymore. That's why I like stuff like this instead of stuff like this. So, just some little words of advice from someone who's been like, obsessively studying this stuff for a while. Hope it helps. Let me know your thoughts.